Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, but we're just getting right into this video. Max Domi and Josh Anderson, two controllable RFAs at the end of their current contracts, looking to have a new deal and really looking like they would be out with their current teams in both the Habs and the Columbus Blue Jackets, and this time they are dealt for each other. This really came out of nowhere. I expect plenty of moves today, even during this NHL draft, which I can't wait for. I'll be live streaming that in just a couple hours starting 6 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to stop by. I'll be doing a Q&A, asking your thoughts as to where you think the players are going to land, and just giving our genuine feedback and our genuine reactions to when the draft actually transpires, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be starting it an hour earlier. Talk to all you lovely folk. But nonetheless, this trade just happened with Max Domi going to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and also a 2022 third-round pick going the Blue Jackets' way in return for Josh Anderson, the young controllable forward. So a very interesting trade. I like this trade a lot for both teams, but that's what I'll be breaking down with you in a second. I'll have it all up here on the screen for you, breaking it down, my thoughts on the trade, who I think won this trade, why it made sense for both teams, and what is next for these two teams going forward this offseason. Alright guys, so as you can see, again, Domi, who plays both the center and the wing position, but is definitely more of a natural centerman, is being shipped off to the Blue Jackets and a 2022 third-round pick for the likes of Josh Anderson, the right winger, who has been out with some significant injuries over this past season, but before that had a career-high season with 47 points. This year, however, in 26 games, he only had 4 points, including 1 goal and 3 assists, dealing with his injuries. Anderson, a 26-year-old right winger who was originally drafted in the 4th round back in 2012 by the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's 6'3", 222 pounds, brings some size to the Montreal Canadiens that they could desperately need, and on that right wing, which is one of the positions that they are lacking when it comes to overall depth currently. He has a cap hit of 1.85 mil as an RFA, so he'll be looking for a new contract. And same thing with Max Domi. He's an RFA at a cap hit of 3.15 mil RFA, and he is 5'10", 192 pounds, only 25 years old. I've always been a huge fan of Domi, so I'm happy to see him get in a different change of scenery and get more playing time, more than likely with the Blue Jackets, as they can definitely use a 2C, no question, behind Pierre Dubois. He was originally drafted in the 1st round back in 2013 by the Arizona Coyotes, and he had 44 points in 71 games this past season, including 17 goals and 27 assists, and he had a career high season the year prior, like Anderson, but with 72 points. He was phenomenal, and this season was a lot different for him. He was playing on the wing plenty of times, where he is more of a natural centerman, given the depth and the emergence of not just Nick Suzuki, but Jesperi Kotkaniemi in this year's playoffs and qualifying round for the Montreal Canadiens. All those things went in direction as to why Domi would be on his way out. Montreal, given that situation, given him being scratched, that led some controversy in this year's playoffs nonetheless, among other things, but given his contract situation, him hiring a new agent nonetheless, as the same agent, I believe, for the likes of Mitch Marner and others, this was all indication that he would be going out of Montreal. It was just a matter of where, and I really love this trade for both teams. And it's funny because just yesterday I did a video on the top 50 players on TSN's trade bait board, and where I think each of those players is going to land this offseason if they are in fact traded. When I got to Josh Anderson, I said the Montreal Canadiens, because they've been looking like the front runner as of late, and that held true. I thought the Boston Bruins would be a great fit for him as well, but given the fact that they are in the Oliver Ekman-Larsson sweepstakes still, I thought that they wouldn't have as much of a chance, and let alone this deal finally happened. So I do find it interesting in a couple aspects, because when you look at it, I'm kind of wondering why the Montreal Canadiens ended up giving up more than, say, the Columbus Blue Jackets here, because the Canadiens even gave up a 2022 third-round pick. I'm not sure if it's conditional or not, but regardless, Josh Anderson and Max Domi is a better player between the two, in my opinion, at least. If you look at what Anderson has done, yes, he'll be a great fit for Montreal on that right side, brings grit to their lineup, is a very strong two-way winner who will be reliable for them going forward, and is young and controllable. But regardless, Domi came off of his 72-point season a year ago with really a depleted roster when you look at the Habs offense at the time. He was playing with wingers where aren't nearly as strong as, say, other teams he would be on currently, Domi. So I just found that interesting, how I thought Domi would get more of a return than, say, the likes of just Anderson. But nonetheless, this is a deal that makes sense for both sides. Truly, I really like this deal. I know that there's going to be Canadiens fans that say, hey, we should have gotten more. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I also know that Anderson's value has been high, even given his injuries over this past season. But nonetheless, Anderson is going to be a great fit. He had 27 goals and 20 assists for 47 total points just a year ago before his injury. So he has a possibility to be roughly a 25 to 30 goal scorer. He is still very young and he's controllable. That is huge for the Habs going forward, as they're in this kind of retool stage, looking to compete over these next couple of years as their prospect pool is blossoming into the NHL. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, they need offensive help, no question. Domi, I think, will be great along the likes of John Tortorella. He can work on his defensive game a little bit more, but he just has that grit and snarl to his game, even as only 5'10", that I really think Tortorella is going to benefit greatly from. I think having him behind the likes of Pierre Dubois is going to do wonders for this Columbus Blue Jackets team, as they would like to continue to address that offensive front, and they knew that Josh Anderson was one of those assets that they would be willing to give away at the right price, and I really think that they came out big here. But I really like this trade for both sides. I would love to hear your thoughts, guys, and make sure to check out my live stream starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. This year's NHL draft, Alexi Lafreniere behind me on the wall. You see him. It's going to happen. I can't wait. I'm going to probably be streaming over 4 hours tonight, and I hope to see you guys there. Make sure to stop by, give me all your thoughts, and of course, if you like this kind of hockey content, hit like and subscribe. As always, it really means a lot, guys. Let me know all your thoughts down below, regardless if you're a Habs, a CBJ, or a hockey fan overall. Crazy trade. I expect more to happen in tonight's draft, so make sure to stay tuned and see my genuine reaction for when and if these trades happen. But thank you all so much, guys. Be back later tonight for the live stream, and I'll see you all really, really soon.